Hi folks, today we are at Squire's Castle in Willoughby Hills, um, Ohio, and we're getting close to the sign. It says Squire's Castle. And now if I can read this to you. Built in 1890s by Cleveland oil pioneer Fergus B. Squire, the castle has enchanted generations of Cleveland Metro Park visitors. Squire's original plan called for a large country home to be built on 525 acres and named River Farm Estate. The structure you see now was only intended to be the gatekeeper's lodge. Squire used the lodge in the early 1900s as a weekend retreat. Much of the castle's exterior was constructed with Euclid bluestone. It was quarried at what is now part of Cleveland Metro Park Euclid Creek Reservation. And there's a slight hill here, but it is paved. A little bumpy, but it is paved, so it would be easily accessible for wheelchairs and rollators like what I'm using here. Uh, and it's quite a yard. There's some picnic tables down there. And there is a pavilion on the other side of the parking lot that you can picnic. And some probably really beautiful trees in the summertime. It's January now, so they're in their dormant phase. And as you can see, we're coming up on the castle. It is quite beautiful, actually. Probably eventually get around to the front for you. But we'll go inside it. Now, I might provide you a link to a video that I've seen on this talking about the haunting of it and what have you. I did not look that up, but I have seen a video on it. You can see this is the side of it, and then we can go inside. And it's a big park too that has trails, but today we're just going to the castle. We'll go out onto the lawn here and get a picture of it from the front. You will. Oh, okay. Well, we're, handicapped traveler, he's determined. But I'm presuming that this is the front. I'm presuming that this would be the front of the castle, and the entrance is there. Tell you what, for a gatekeeper's lodge, it's pretty nice. I wouldn't mind having the job of being a gatekeeper living in this place. Well, not now because it's kind of open, but back when this was constructed and that, it was closed, I'm sure they had the doors closed up. I'm sure it was rather good. So now, as you can see, there's steps. So, oh, well, how about that? Good eye, Mrs. Traveler. She takes care of her hubby. So we'll go around where it'll be much easier to get in. As you can see, the woods. And I'm going to switch hands here because it's going to hurt my one shoulder. But we very well will probably come back here and do a hike in the summer. But we were in the area and we were figuring we just had to get something, because you know how we like getting out, showing you history and interesting architecture, which this definitely is. This is beautiful. Yeah, you can see reddish, this term reddish, which I believe means there's iron. Could be wrong. Okay, so now we got steps. I'm going to hand you the camera so that I can do this. Okay, I'm back. See the fireplace. And it says Squire's Castle.
Well, that's a big window, huh?
Yeah. Oh, this one. Yeah. And it says the castle as it was. The castle had several bedrooms, living areas, a large kitchen, and a breakfast porch. All the castle rooms had white plaster walls and elegant woodwork. Leaded glass windows looked out on the property. The room you are standing in was one of the most beautiful rooms in the home. It was Squire's library, or hunting room. This cozy room was filled with books, trophy cabinets, stuffed animal specimens, and paintings. And in the castle today, Squire's Castle is still a favorite place for families to visit. Picnicking, hiking, and enjoying wildflowers are all part of the castle experience. But mostly, the castle is a place to let your imagination wander, where you can explore, daydream, and reflect on the time gone by. So, now I'm going to turn this off for a minute while I go down these steps, because Mrs. Traveler's going to hold on to me when I do that. Okay, we're back in another part of the castle. I'm going to show you what we had to come up. which is why. Oh, wow. Oh, of course there is. And here's a, don't know, probably not. After his retirement from Standard Oil in 1909, Squire seldom visited the castle. In 1922, he sold the property. He and his family toured Europe and then resided in a new country mansion called Cobblestone Garth on Wycliffe's Millionaires Row. Squire also served a term as mayor of Wycliffe. In 1925, Cleveland Metro Parks purchased the property, which became part of the North Chagrin Reservation. And we're headed into another thing, and as Mrs. Traveler said, there's a brick missing down there. We have another fireplace, and a little, I'm sure they had whatever there. And of course, we got graffiti. You know, I shouldn't get disturbed about those things, but seriously, people, don't ruin history like this with your freaking graffiti. That's the end of my sermon for the day. But you can see the wooden roof. This is just, I think this is just super cool. Careful, honey. And then another room with another fireplace. That, can you just think about, this was how they actually heated the place back in those days? And some people still have fireplaces, but there's some cute dogs there. Do they mind if?
They're adorable though. Yeah. You don't see a lot of purebred dogs out on the street. You only see the ones. True, that's true.
And there's a brick missing there too.
Well, they can see all over the property with these windows.
Oh yeah, you can definitely see. Like if you look this way, you can see out, and then to the, yeah. I don't think, actually, I'm not sure that there's even a floor up. Well, there is way up there, but there, the second level doesn't even have a floor. But this is just, it's really fascinating and beautiful if you ask me. I know you didn't, but I'm going to tell you that anyway. And here's, I know Katie and Ryan have been here. This is so beautiful. So coming down, I'm going to shut this off, and Mrs. Traveler will have to help me again. Okay, now this, so now I don't know if this is the side or the front. I'm not sure how they,
the back.
Or the back. Well, I'm thinking that's the back.
Yeah.
And this is the side.
It is the side, you're right.
But you can see, and the back was the way we went in, and I showed you the front. So does that sign say anything, honey? That's right there.
There's
Okay,
probably something that grows there in the warmer season.
Yeah, so just get you a view of the back side. And you can see how some of it was red brick too.
Yeah, and they cemented over it. It's wearing off.
Or stones. I mean, doesn't really look like. But anyhow, this is Squire's Castle.
Might have crumbled in the ice cream.
Yeah. But so this is Squire's Castle. And as I said, in Willoughby Hills, Ohio. So another reason, and then you can see there's some trails that during the summer we'll get out here and show you the trails, maybe. I shouldn't make any guarantees because we go by.
Depends
We,
how uphill they
yeah, and we kind of go by what we feel like too. We're at that age where we can do what we want. But anyhow, this is the end of the tape. So whether you need to use a rollator, your wife hanging on to you as we did today, gate belts, which I had on. I don't know if you could see that, but that's what Mrs. Traveler's been holding on to help me get up these steps. Anyhow, if you whatever kind of device you need to help you get around, get out, enjoy life, do what you need to do. It's not making you handicapped. It's making you handy capable. I want you all to have a great day and God bless.